don't try to start my reading vlogs in my bed, but for some reason, I like to start books at night. So this reading vlog is about Harry Potter. I finally bought this series and I'm going to read it. I've been going to bed with this book for weeks, but I have been into another book. So I haven't started it yet, but I am starting on book 1, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And I'm like, no, I really, really want to start reading this book. So for those of you who don't know, I talked about this when I did my haul. I have never read the Harry Potter series. I have read like a couple chapters in the first book in like high school, like 9th grade, when Harry Potter was supposed to be popping for my age. And I just could not get into it. And a friend of mine from work was like, oh my gosh, you've never had... And I'm like, I've been on the rides. I've had butterbeer. Does that count? And she's like, you got to read it. So my job gave us an Amazon gift card because we're just in our busy season and they just wanted to give us a little treat. So I was like, okay, I've had this series in my cart. I will say, if you're looking to buy the Harry Potter series with the original covers, or even probably any cover, Amazon is the way to go. I went to get the same exact set out of Books A Million. It was $226. On Amazon, it was $117. And I like to support bookstores, but let's be real. Books A Million is a big chain. Barnes and Nobles is a big chain. It's not like I chose Amazon over an independent bookstore. But this is a lot of money. Even $117 is a lot of money to buy a book that I don't even know if I'm going to like. But I was going to do it because I was like, okay, I have a friend whose daughter is into Harry Potter. I could give them to her like as like gifts, you know, one at a time. But I was like, if I like it, okay. So when they gave us a gift card, like I was committed to buying it, but when they gave us a gift card, I was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity for me to use that gift card. So with tax, it was like $125. I paid $25 and some change for the entire Harry Potter series. So basically, I'm going to start reading this. I am not literally going to be like, this book and read like a synopsis, because most people know what Harry Potter is about, and if you don't, you probably don't care. But no, I am just going to, you know, do a little reading vlog with the series. I don't know how many I will finish in this video because I don't know how long I'm going to like let each video go. So it might just contain a book. Like the first 3 books are pretty short. They're like under 300 pages. Like this one is like right at 300, and like the next 2 are pretty much the same size, and the words are pretty decent size. Pretty decent size. So it's not like they're tiny words. So I might get through 1 or 2 of the books in the series if I can get captivated. And I'm trying to do all of these with my eyeballs. I'm trying to read all with my eyeballs and not do the audiobook thing. But the larger ones, as you know, like starting like at book like 4, 5, 6, 7, those are bigger. So I might have 3 in one video, and I might have like half in one video, or I might have just 1 in one video. It just depends. I think I'm going to go for reading a week at a time and just going through that way. Or I might just do like books at a time. Like the first one's smaller, so there's going to be less content. But then when you get to the bigger ones, I might just, have one of those, but focus on the book itself. So I don't know how we're going to do this reading vlog, but I'm very excited. So come with me as we read Harry Potter. I don't know why I did that. And the Sorcerer's Stone. What's up, guys? I wanted to check in. I am now about 112 pages in. I'm at chapter 5. Like they just got to Hogwarts. No, I'm on chapter 7, the Sorting Hat. That's where I'm at right now. And this book is absolutely cute, but I am just so surprised how little I actually remembered about this book. I don't remember if I said it in the intro, but in the haul that I did, I mentioned that I had read this in like 9th grade, but I couldn't get into it. Like I just didn't care. So when I was reading this book, I hadn't realized I had at least read the first 2 chapters, because that's the only way I could have known he lived under the stairs. But what's crazy is I don't remember anything. Like I don't remember them bringing him there. I don't remember the story of his parents. I didn't even remember the fact that he lived with a family. Like I literally thought he lived under the stairs at a convent. So I'm like, my high school 9th grade self really did not care. But first of all, I'm like, these family members, they're just jerks. And I'm like, Harry, the thing is if you're trying to prevent him from showing all his powers, but yet you're doing things to agitate him or make him feel lonely, so he's talking to animals and shrinking sweaters, I'm like, y'all are the problem. This is not the way to get someone to not be curious. Like, there was one part where like the lady was just like, do you know this man? Do you know this man? That's gonna make me curious as to who this person is. But anyway, Dudley, once I found out, or I would have peeped, because he was like, strange things do happen, so he knew things were happening. Once I peeped, wait a second, things be happening and they be like asking me all these questions, I would have thought about slapping all of them down. Like, I'm just like, Harry, you went about this the wrong way. But I think it's so cute. I am getting the cuteness that the like high school ninth grade me wanted. Them talking about going shopping for all of his like school stuff and going to the school and meeting new friends. And I've never watched the movies, but of course I've seen clips, so I'm like, oh, this person must be like this person that I've seen, or this person must be this person. And I'm like, oh, I know I'm not gonna like that. And now I know Slivendale, y'all won't come for me. Sliven, what is the house? Gryffindor is a house. Ravenclaw, which I've heard people say Ravenclaw, just like they'll be like, I'm a part of Ravenclaw. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? But the bad house, Slytherin. So knowing that that's where Voldemort, y'all, it's the names. I gotta get used to them. Voldemort, you know who or whatever, is from. And like, having heard people say these things, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what this means and stuff like that. So I'm like, people who be bragging about their houses, you don't want to be this Slytherin because they was mean. I'm picking that up from the beginning. Those are not the people you want to be in the house. But I just think it's so cute. I'm like, oh, I want to know what house I would be in. So I'm going to keep reading. I'm not going to do any tests yet. I need to read. I need to at least get first past book 1 before I start trying to figure that out. I think it is interesting because Krispy Kreme's like, in a week or so, is doing like Harry Potter donuts. And I was like, I've heard this Slytherin word before and this Gryffindor word before, because they have like the donuts named after them. It's like, oh wait, I just read that in Harry Potter. Like, I actually saw the names of the donuts before I saw like the headline. I was like, wait, this is a Harry Potter thing. So yeah, it's super cute. I'm definitely into it. I'm way more into it than I was when I tried to read this in ninth grade. So I'm just gonna keep going along in the book. I know many of you have probably already read this series, so this is just me and my experience reading it really for the first time. Like, because besides those 2 chapters, I had read nothing. So yeah, super cute. I'm not like, okay, I'm throwing this away, I don't care. Like, I'm actually invested. So I'm excited to get to what this particular one is about. I know there's going to be a Sorcerer's Stone, but I'm really excited to see, okay, we're at the school, so what's the thing? Like, I just found out there was a robbery at the bank, so now people are on edge because they think it's Voldemort. But yeah, I'm just really interested to see what the actual story is in this one. I know it's lighter because it's like made for like, when this came out in 97, it was made for those younger kids. So I know the older ones get more like dark and like scary and stuff like that. So super excited to just see what's gonna happen in this one and get to the next one. So I'll check in a little bit later. All right, y'all. So one, I promise I'm not always gonna be in my pajamas every time I jump on this reading vlog, but I found that lately I don't get to read during the day. So like nighttime, when I'm winding down, that's literally when I'm doing my reading. But I wanted to give you an update on where I am. I am at the point where they just got picked for their houses. So I'm still in chapter 7, the Sorting Hat. I haven't finished it, but this is so cute. And I know this one is going to be super light, even though I haven't gotten to what the thing is. I'm like pretty much halfway through, but I still like it. I actually enjoy it very much. And I think because of all the other like horror thrillers and mysteries that I read, having something like this that is super kind of light, it just breaks it up. It's kind of like Thursday Murder Mystery Club, Thursday Murder Club, by Richard Osman, that series, I love that series. And though it is a mystery and there's, people still get taken out, it's a little lighter than my other readings. So I appreciate this one. That is actually a Netflix movie. I just found that out like yesterday. I was in the bookstore. But anyway, I'm really enjoying this. I wish the younger me would have enjoyed it, because then, I could have enjoyed all the Harry Potter things then. But y'all know I'm a big kid, so I have no problem enjoying it now. But I think it's super cute, and I really want to know what the thing is gonna be in this book. Because like I'm on chapter 7. There's 14 chapters. There's 17 chapters. Okay, so I still have 10 to go. But I just feel like, when are we gonna get to this Sorcerer's Stone? When are we gonna get to the thing of this book that made people want to keep reading? I will say the one good thing about this is because I'm reading it now, just like with any TV show you start, you can binge it. So I can binge the book, so I don't have to wait. So I'm very excited. I actually want to watch the movies. That is what I wanted to let you know. Like, I actually, as I'm reading this book, I'm like, oh, I wonder. Because I've seen, like, the movie in the background, or, like, you flip a channel, or somebody else might be watching it. So I've seen literally clips. So the things I've seen when I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, I remember that scene. Like, or this was this scene. This is what was going on right then. So I am excited about watching the movies, but I don't want to watch the movie, of course, until I finish the book. I don't feel like I need to finish all the books first. Like, I feel like I can finish book 1 and then go watch the first movie, because hopefully, I doubt they cross over, because no, there shouldn't be any crossover, because, like, literally the movies are the books. I mean, I guess they could have, but I definitely want to get through book 1. Maybe I'll read like 1 and 2 and then watch movie 1. But I'm gonna confirm with someone who's watched them, whether or not, like, if you watch the movie, you should read 1 and 2 before you try to watch movie 1. But I think they are supposed to, like, literally go with the book. Of course, they change things in movies, and you Harry Potter fans might know how it's gonna go, but I actually want to watch the movies. This is making me want to watch the movies. So I'm like, okay, now I need to buy all of them. I know they're probably streaming, but I'm like, I need to have them physically. So that is a good sign, because I'm like, oh, this would be so cute to watch. So yeah, that is what I feel with Harry Potter right now. I am gonna go ahead and get back in it. Hopefully I can get this finished within the next day or 2. I do have, I have to get on the road tomorrow, but I don't want to listen to any of it. I kind of want to read it, because like I said, I am enjoying reading it. So I probably won't listen to this in the car. So it might be like Monday or so that I actually get to finish this, just depending on how late I get back tomorrow and then how much I get to read tonight. But I am enjoying this. Like, I am reading another book, but I have been choosing Harry Potter. So, yeah, just wanted to check in and give you guys an update. So I'm checking in. I am at the point where Ron just sacrificed himself playing chess. Now, let me say this, because I got to catch y'all up, because I really got into the book and just kept reading. One, and I know I'm going to butcher these names right now, but until I hear them several times, I'm still learning. But Hermione, that girl is so annoying. And literally, I was like, I need y'all to, like, put a frog in her bed, because why is she so annoying? Like, how are you going to get mad at them? Because you decided to follow these boys doing something you know that y'all shouldn't have been doing. But then you get mad at them and give them the silent treatment. And even then, they still look out for you. But I had told my friend at work, I was like, okay, this is where I'm at. This girl is so annoying. Like, she needs to just leave them alone. And I was like, but I bet they're going to end up dating or being like friends. And she started laughing. And of course, then I read like a few more pages, and the scene where they rescue her from the troll happens. And I'm like, yep, thought that was going to happen. Because like I said, I've seen like clips of movies, and I know there's like a girl that they're always with. So I was like, well, this has to be her. I truly do like the relationships. Hagrid is getting on my nerves, because why in the world would he not just take the stupid dragon himself? Like, I get you are attached to this dragon, but you know these kids are going to get in trouble. Or why did you like look out for them? Like, I love Hagrid, but I'm just like, come on, like, these kids literally got in trouble because and you could at least watch their back or something like that. But when Harry was like, I'm minding my own business, I was like, yes, because y'all keep getting into stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with y'all, except for, of course, them trying to get the stone. That definitely has something to do with him. But all those other things, they could have just let go. Like, they could have just stayed out of it. But I am very, very much into the story. Like, I love the fact that as they are in this trapdoor area, all of them are playing to their strengths. Like, Hermione is doing the spell to get them out of, like, the devil snare. And Ron is, like, the chess guy, so he's helping him there. Like, I absolutely love it. I'm very excited for book 2. I did talk to my friend, and she said she couldn't remember if there were going to be any spoilers in movie 1. So she said to read at least book 2 as well. But I'm kind of annoyed because I hear a lot of people say, like, the books and the movies aren't the same. And I'm like, don't add something that wasn't in this book. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's a 1-to-1 match except for, like, one movie that I know is, like, 2 parts. But for the most part, just give me what's in the book. But she said to at least read book 2 because she couldn't remember if anything was, like, alluded to in the movie for movie 1 that goes with book 1. So I am going to do that. But I am definitely invested. More things. I do like the relationship between the boys, Ron, Harry, and Hermione. But she was annoying at first. So let me say that. Also, I did tell my friend, like, as we were going what's happening, I was like, I bet it's going to be the Sorcerer's Stone in the thing. So I clocked it. But it's like, I feel like it's going to have to be something super simple because I keep keeping in mind that this book was literally written for us, like, in middle school. So, of course, it's not going to be that complicated to figure out. However, who is behind it is the part that I'm like, okay, that's where the twist is really going to come in at. So I'm literally at the point where he sent her away, Hermione away, and it is him going into the last chamber. And I'm pretty sure, because I already said I don't feel like it's Snape. I feel like it was written too easily to be him. So when they were in the forest and Voldemort came up, I was like, oh, it's definitely him being helped by Snape. But then I was like, but I don't think it's Snape because we feel like it's him. Y'all, I really feel like it's going to be Dumbledore or it's going to be McGonagall, Professor McGonagall. I think that's how you say it. I think it's going to be one of them. The shocker would be if it's Quirrell, but we'll see. So I was like, okay, let me put my thoughts on record before I read past this because it's at the part where he's like he enters the last chamber and he's like, but it's not Snape and it's not Voldemort. So stay tuned. Did this with the camera on because, like I said, it was Quirrell or Quirrell, however you say his name. I knew it. This is so cute. So this is where I am. I literally turned the page and this is what I see. I knew it was going to be him. He was my third choice, but still, he was on the list. Okay, so I am coming to y'all again from my bed because it's been days since I last did a video, but I've been reading. The problem is every time I'm like, okay, I'm going to get up and do my video, I get into reading, I forget to film, and then when I think about it again, I'm back in my bed. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. But anyway, I finished book 1. And let me give you my thoughts on the end of book 1. I was absolutely excited that Neville got a shout out because I thought it was so good for them to give him that boost of confidence and be like, you know what? Sometimes you got to stand up to people and it might be your people, but good job. So I thought that was so great that it was him standing up for himself that made them win. I love that part. I love the fact that the Weasleys were so nice to him, like Harry at the end of school when they're at the train station. But what I thought was crazy is his family coming to pick him up. I just don't get why y'all gotta be so daggone mean. I'm like, oh my goodness. But finished book 1, absolutely loved it. Started book 2. So I'm 100 pages in now. And basically, here are my thoughts. Why are the Dursleys such butts? Literally, y'all are just mean for no reason. But I thought it was so funny that they were kind of half being mean because they thought he would turn them into a bird or something. I thought that was so funny. and them not knowing that he could not use his powers. But the fact that, and I'm like 100 pages in, so I'm like telling you how I felt at the moment. I felt so bad when it was his birthday and they were just like ignoring it. And I'm like, okay, you don't like the fact that he's a wizard, but he's not using magic and you can be decent. Like, you don't have to be a butt. And I'm actually surprised they came and picked him back up. Like, even when they sent him like the letter in book 1, I can't remember exactly what they mailed him, but I was actually surprised in the fact that they actually came and got him, because I was wondering, like, where is he going to live? But I was so sad when he was like, oh, I haven't gotten any letters. And my first thoughts were like, well, hopefully it's the Dursleys just stealing his letters, right? Because I was like, at least, his friends aren't like not talking to him or whatever. So I was happy to find out that it was Dodie, I don't know how you say it, but I was happy to find out like that was the reason he wasn't getting his letters. Because at first I was like, well, maybe they're not getting the letters, and because they don't have like Dumbledore's powers or Hagrid's powers, they can't like keep sending them, like how Hagrid and Dumbledore was doing in book 1. But I was happy to find out that it was like that Dottie house elf servant, whatever, that was sealing the letters, so that Harry knew, like, no, my friends do care about me. But y'all, I was so, first of all, how is it that the Ministry of Magic doesn't have a way, because y'all know I like my Halloween Town on Disney Channel, and they talk about magic signatures. How is it that they didn't know it wasn't really Harry who used the magic? Like, I feel like they should have been able to see, oh, there's a Dottie at the house, and this Dottie belongs to so-and-so, because only so, like, they were saying, like, the masters are the only one who can, like, tell them to do powers. So I'm like, you mean to tell me y'all couldn't figure out or find from the signature that it wasn't actually Harry? Like, how is Harry getting in trouble? But I will say, when the Weasleys pulled up, honey, I was like, that's what I'm talking about, because they was like, we coming to get our boy. Not we coming to see why he didn't answer the letters. Not we coming to see what's going on because we found out that you use magic and we're not supposed to. No, we coming to get you. They didn't even know the whole story. They just knew they were coming to get their friend. And I was like so touched, because I was like, oh my gosh. So I thought that was amazing. And the fact that even when the Dursleys like pulled up, the fact that when the Dursleys found out he couldn't use magic and they like locked him in a room and put bars on the window, like, why, for somebody who don't like somebody so much, why are y'all holding them captive? That's the part that didn't make sense. Like, why don't, because somebody, I can't remember who I was talking about, and they were like, they just want their check. They're not getting any money for him. Like, so I don't understand why, if you don't like him, you don't like the magic part of him, why are you going to try to hold him captive? Like, wouldn't you just put him out? But so I thought that was crazy. But they, even when the Dursleys came in the room and tried to stop him, they were like, no, this is our boy. We're taking him with us. They didn't back down. And I love that. And then I love the fact that when he showed up at the Weasley's house, the mom was fussing at the boys, but was like, if you didn't respond to Ron's letter by Friday, we was coming to get you. Like, the mama and daddy were already like, we were going to pull up. And this is before the magic incident. Like, this was before the magic incident happened. They just knew if he did not respond, they were going to get this boy. And I was like, that's family. And I absolutely love that. Lockhart is already going to get on my nerves. And I'm at the point where Ron and Harry are both like, this man don't know shit. And I'm like, he's already getting on my nerves because he's for the cameras. He's for attention. He thinks he's that guy. So I'm not surprised. When I got to that part, I was like, yep, because this man was getting on my nerves. He is Hermione, or I still don't know how to say the names. I have not watched movie 1 yet, and I can't remember how my friend pronounced everything. But he's giving her in the beginning of the other book. I just don't think there's going to be a point where I'm like, oh, I like him. I think he's a fraud. And so the fact that they said that, I'm like, okay, I'm on the right page. But here's the thing. Don't y'all get in no mess with this man. Don't be fooling around with this man. Y'all stay y'all behinds out of trouble. So that's where I'm at right now in book 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. All right, so I got to check in. And I haven't checked it in a while. But I am at Aragog. They just took Hagrid off campus, and Malfoy's daddy is there being stupid. And basically, Hagrid just told Ron and oh boy what to do as far as finding the Chamber of Secrets. So that's where I'm at now. I haven't checked in. Hermione is laid out, and now I'm like, well, what did she discover? What did she think of? Because it has to have something to do with Harry being able to hear the voices, I'm assuming. So I was wrong, and it's not the Colin boy, because I think I had already read. No, I don't think I had read that he had gotten flattened out when I said I thought it was him. So it's not him. Maybe Gilderoy is just a fraud. And who did I think? I was like, it being Harry, but that would actually make sense. Well, no. So does that mean that Hagrid is a Slytherin? Because I thought the only people who could open the chamber were actually Slytherin. So Hagrid is an heir of the Slytherin guy? And does that also mean that Harry is an heir because he's the one who can open the chamber? And does that then mean that Hagrid and Harry are related? But then that means that Harry has to be Muggle-born, which is what I felt like my friend slipped up and told me, because she said something about Harry not being full-blooded. And I'm like, but no, his dad and his mom are wizard and witches, which I guess they could still be, but be Muggle and not like full-blooded, because Hermione is a witch, but she's a Muggle. So now I'm like, I think this is what my friend had let slip. So we'll see. I don't know who it is. Oh, I'm assuming it's Harry. It has to be Harry because Percy's been acting real weird. But if Percy knows this, wouldn't the other brothers know this? Because it has to be somebody in the house of Gryffindor because they went through his stuff. Like, they wouldn't have known the password unless they did kind of like the sneaky little potion thing and they just got it from somebody. But I don't know. But I just wanted to give you guys a catch up before I got to the end of the book. And hopefully I'll be watching this movie this weekend. At least the first one. Because she did say the first one goes like pretty good with the book, like exactly like the book, but then she said like in book 2 it doesn't, so I'll have to read book 3 before I could actually watch movie 2 based off of what she was saying. So just wanted to give y'all a check-in because I'm always at the end of the book. I just finished book 2 of the Harry Potter series, or year 2 as they like to call it, and so Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So first of all, I was wrong. Here's the thing, I don't know how I feel about it being Voldemort, because is everything going to come down to him possessing somebody and coming back? Which I guess in this situation, he didn't possess somebody. He was just his self, but his old self. But I was like, wait a minute. How we bring Tom into this? Like, all this time. And then what confuses me is it seems like Dumbledore knew what was going on because he said the thing about it enchanting Ginny, which when I found out Ginny had gotten snatched, I was like, why y'all? Because I had literally just said to my friend at work, nothing better happen bad to the Weasleys. Like, the Weasleys are my people because they showed up for Harry. So when that happened, I was like, yo, this cannot be going on. Why? Like, it seemed like, because Dumbledore was like, oh, he got, like, he wouldn't have been able to pull this off if Ginny didn't get, like, enchanted by the diary. So it sounds like he already knew what was going on, and he also already knew it wasn't Hagrid. Because finding out that Harry got expelled for, like, well, technically Harry was fooling around with the animals he wasn't supposed to be fooling around, but he didn't open the chamber, so it's like, it seems like Dumbledore be knowing, but why Dumbledore don't just say nothing? Or is it that he don't know, but, like, he can kind of, like, he figured it out kind of, like, at the end, like, after it happened, it's like, oh, I get what happened, and now I see how it all ties together. And then with Hagrid, even though, like, he kept him around because he knew he didn't do it. Like, he didn't really think he did it. But why didn't they make it so Hagrid could come back? Like, if he knew he really didn't do it. But I guess that's why he kept him around and he let him do, like, he would let him do magic. So I guess technically he could have gotten suspended and he probably would have back then, like, they weren't given all the chances they give Harry and Ron and Hermione, but like, I just feel like this man should have been able to finish school, but then he also keep messing with the animals. So I guess maybe that's why Dumbledore was like, bro, you gonna get expelled because ain't nobody telling you to keep messing with the animals, but you didn't do the chamber thing, so you can stick around. You know? I love the book, though. I did like the book. I didn't like how it was Dumbledore, because I had all these suspects lined up, y'all. Now, the first one I was right. It was Dumbledore. I mean, it was Voldemort possessing Quirrell, because Quirrell had get mixed up in the dark arts. And I know I'm saying all these names wrong, y'all. I ain't watched the first movie yet. I've only heard them a few times from, like, my friend when she be trying to tell me what these people's names are. So give me a minute. I got to start watching the movie, and I got to hear it more so I can get the names pronunciation right. But, like, I'm like, I don't know. Is every book going to end with the being Voldemort? I don't know if I like that, but I do like the book. So I thought this one was, equally as cute as the first one. I am kind of worried because I was like, why didn't the Weasleys just take him back or let this man stay at school, which is what Riddle was doing. Oh, and so Harry already knew his mama was a muggle? Like, muggle born? Like, he already knew that because he said it, or maybe he just figured out in that moment. So even Voldemort, who is a Slytherin, who the head Slytherin guy liked, which is the crazy part, isn't even a full blood. But they talking about muggles. Boo, it's always the people who ain't even the thing they trying to claim is the best. I just don't understand it. Like, you're not even pure blood, but yet you don't like the muggles. And Slytherin didn't like muggles, but one of his best students is a freaking half muggle. So you destroying yourself, but people will always vote against themselves, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But I was into it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I am ready for book 3, but I want to watch the movie. I am watching the first movie. It's somewhere in there. The book. I'm gonna watch the first movie because my friend did say I can watch movie 1 and 1 to 1 is a match, but like I think she said after 1, it's like you might get parts of 3 and like 2 and stuff like that. So she was saying read. First she said I need to read the first 2, but technically I could already watch the first movie, but I think before I watch movie 2, I will need to finish 3 according to her. So I'm going to go ahead and watch movie 1. I'll probably start it tonight. It's already like 8 o'clock, so I don't know, but I'll probably start it tonight reading movie 1. And I might insert some clips of that, but I'm not going to read another book in this vlog. So there's no more reading in this vlog, but I am going to probably add some clips of me just watching the movie in the vlog. I am enjoying the series. Now, do I love the series as much as I love Disney World? No. I don't. But I like it. But hold on. As a parent, let me point out the fact that I know there were a lot of parents up at ours. They're like, no, they're doing magic and witchcraft and da-da-da-da. Here's the thing. My thing as an adult got an issue with the fact that old Malfoy, Draco, is so, like, cool with being like, I hope she gets killed. I'm like, she's a person. Like, that's the part as an adult that I'm like, I don't know how I feel about kids, reading about kids being so adamant about letting a kid get taken out by some, like, creature. That's the part I'm like, I don't know. I know they say books 1 through 3, I think, or books 1 through 4 are kind of light. But I'm like, I don't know. Because I done heard this little demon child, because that's what he is, being too okay with other kids getting hurt. That's my problem. Forget the wizards. Like, forget that. But I got a problem with old boy being okay with, like, the evilness of Slytherin. And I'm like, that's the part as a parent. I'm like, I don't know. This ain't how we solve problems. We don't wish harm to people. Like actual harm. He ain't saying I hope you get stung and turn into like a bat. He wants you to get taken out, and I got a problem with that. But anyway, yes. I don't know. That's why I feel like I might be like, no, this ain't for the kids. I don't care book 1, book 2, book 3. That's a little bit much. Like, even when I think about R.L. Stein and like Goosebumps, it was always like a ghost, like, or some vampire, or like something like that taking them out, or some like possessed okay, there were some crazy ones where I think it was like an individual person that was just evil, but you get what I'm saying. That was like for high school. Still not okay. But this is just kind of like, because I was in 8th, 7th grade when this came out. So, okay, yes, I'm 40. So that part is, it's kind of a lot. But anyway, I'm enjoying it as an adult, but I am seeing a lot of problems with it as an adult with a child. I'm like, I don't know. It's a little bit much. But yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's cute. It makes sense now why my friend is actually reading, like, her. I have two friends who are having like their kids read it. One is actually quite young. I think he's like maybe 6 or 7. And then the other one, she's in middle school now, and she has been reading with her daughter. Like I said, I think books 1 through 3 she's allowed her to read, or books 1 through 4, I think. But both of them have pretty much stopped at the same place, and they're like, oh, we're gonna watch the movies now of those ones, and as you get older you can read the other ones. So I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, are these gonna be as intense as some of the other books that I read? Because I don't know if they're for the kids, but it's for me. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start watching the movie. And then this has been, because I don't know if I'm going to remember the outro. So if I don't remember the outro, I'm just saying. The reading vlog part, we're good with reading. We're going to pick up on the next vlog on book 3. That one's kind of small, but book 4, I'm looking at it now, it's kind of thick. So book 3 might be in its own reading vlog. And then books 4, 5, 6, and 7 also in their own reading vlogs. Because this one has already gotten, it hasn't been long, but I kind of want to, I don't want to make this one too long. So I'm going to stop here, and then I'll pick up in the next Harry Potter reading vlog with book 3. And then also, you know, I'll throw in the movie in that one for book 2. Once I'm done reading book 3, you get it? And then we'll do like 4, 5, 6, and 7, like as like standalone vlogs too. So, all right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. My name is Sarah Sho'Shanna. For those of you who are new, for those of you who have already joined the family, thank you for keep coming back. The rest of you join the family and enjoy, you know, whatever part of the movie watching I show, and I'll see you in the next one.